Medical disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes. It does not replace the medical advice of a trained doctor. Seek medical advice before beginning any treatment plan. Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Blood sugar today is 22.1. Not going that great. It's only 10:32. It's only 10:36 as well. That's probably a better way of saying it. I want to talk to you today about the second part of my check-in. And this is all being over within about a week and a half. And it all stems from me going high. And for those of you who don't know, in the mornings, my blood sugar has peaked, I'd say, by this time. And then at noon, it would come down a bit, not a huge amount, but then it would increase in the afternoon. Just a little adjustment here. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. Jamil. Just a little humor, very little. But we can't seem to get control covered. Get me down to at least a manageable thing, a manageable level, where this unit could take over for most of it. Where I left you off last time, sorry, my arm's in the way. I think I discussed with you that I was taking 120 units in the morning and then giving shots instead of doing correction through the pump. Well, this didn't always seem to work out. I still go high in the mornings, and I still dip, but I wasn't dipping too much. And so it was sort of looked at the last time I spoke to my diabetic nurse, and she said, well, I think we need to increase that in the morning. And I said, really? Just one sec here. Let's just do a little. I think I gotta sit up a bit. There, that's a bit better. And so now, I'm taking 130 units, one shot in the morning. Okay. But I was still coming back up at night. And granted, I was kind of doing the symptoms. I was drinking more, but I really wasn't drinking more than I had been in years past. So, but I was so tired. I would just wear myself down. I had a comment from a family member. Well, maybe you're showing, signs of depression. I don't think so. Because I wake up full of energy I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling good about the environment, dealing with people. So I don't see myself being depressed. So what's happening here? I think my body's constantly in a state of fight or flight. And that is my stomach issues are constantly, working your body and releasing glucagon and increasing my blood sugar. Then it doesn't really come down, or it's hard to get down. And I have noticed in past that once my blood sugars are up, they're more difficult to come down. Surprise, surprise. So, okay. So, for yesterday, I'm now taking 130 in the AM. And what happened yesterday? Well, I had a little bit quicker turnaround. I went up, boom, and then I came down. My diabetic nurse and such, my diabetic nurse, and I got into a little friendly, we'll call it a friendly discussion about giving more insulin in the afternoon. Now, here I'm thinking that this device is constantly giving me my basal rate. And for those of you who are new, basal rate is the amount of insulin your body needs to survive. If you took me as a type 1 diabetic and me as a diabetic, we didn't eat all day, we should have the same amount of basal rate required, breathing, heart rate, and so on. It's simple. That's basal. That's being given by the pump. My pump is also constantly making corrections on that. So you're not like one certain basal rate throughout the day. It can change. And that's what this is doing. Okay, so my mind's thinking, I'm taking and this is all my own doing, what I'm telling you, or my own thinking. I don't want you to take it verbatim. Contact your doctor. I was thinking I'd already have the 120 units aboard. It's waning. Giving myself the extra insulin they want to give me at noon would not really cover me late afternoon, early evening. So I'm thinking, well, maybe if I hold off till 2 and take my insulin then. Sounds good, doesn't it? Da, 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 da. My diabetic nurse had concerns that if I waited those 2 extra hours, I could end up faltering at night. So she wanted me to give my next dose at noon. So in theory, the first part of the day, I have over 150 plus units going into me. So what happened yesterday? I took my shot at 2. And what was nice is it brought me down to 11.2 for the last couple of weeks. That's the lowest my blood sugar has been. And then I didn't really go up. I had correction for dinner and had my dinner shot, but I didn't end up going back up. I didn't feel sick last night. I was tired because I didn't really sleep the night before. Couldn't get comfortable. It's a whole battery. So are you saying I won over my diabetic nurse? No. Part of your treatment plan is something I've said all along, and that is your treatment plan is a two-way street. I took her advice, but I felt strong and I needed to prove this. If it didn't work and I did go low, okay, she was right. But I felt this would be the better thing to do. It worked. Doesn't mean every time I'm going to challenge her. She has a hell of a lot more experience. I live with the disease, but she knows the backstory to the disease. So that's where we leave it right now. I may bring in part 3 if anything more exciting turns up. Hopefully, it could be the end soon. Da, 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 da. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.